Good evening everybody, we are back with a brand new video and today we are going to be making a big old apartment block. This is because we have a new pack coming out on December 7th where we are going to be able to basically become landlords and build big old apartment blocks that loads of Sims can live in. Now I think that's going to be really cool. I'm super excited for it to come out, mainly just because it's kind of like the city living one, except for this time we get to build our own apartments, which I can think almost like the possibilities for this are basically endless, so I'm super excited to be able to do that. So I think my plan is I'm going to try and fit about 6, I think, flats into one big old apartment block, and then we'll see if we can kind of work out how it's going to work. For this one, I'm going to go with a more modern look, and we are going to place it here. I am thinking as well, though, that I might want to do like a slightly more rustic apartment, so if you guys would be interested in that as opposed to the more sleek and modern look, then please let me know in the comments, and I can do that in the next video. But let's crack on and get to work on our apartment. So I am doing it on this slightly small lot, and I don't know if this is actually going to end up being way too small for me to actually get everything that I kind of want in, but I wanted to see if I could kind of like put it into a smaller lot, so then when I'm assuming we get the new map that I'm assuming is going to come out with the next expansion, that we can then just kind of like put it into any of the lots that we like if we do a smaller one. So I'm hoping that that works, but we'll have to see whether it actually fits, and I really hope it does. But basically my plan is I'm going to do the bottom half of the flats and then just duplicate it so that we've got ones above it, so I don't need to keep making them, just because otherwise it will take me literally forever to do it. And I do like the idea that this is like a new modern, like new build set of flats, so it's very likely that all the flats will look exactly the same anyway. And trust me, like I live in one of those and they do pretty much all look the same. So I've got to work out what kind of size I want to do. I think I'm just going to lay out a basic, just symmetrical size, and then we can go from there, I guess. Then I guess I'm just going to start putting in all of the rooms, and then we'll basically just do the duplicate on the other side as well. I know that I want each of the flats to basically just have like 2 bedrooms, because then you can always mix it up if you want one of the rooms to be like for adults or for kids and things. Then the other one can normally be for like parents or something like that. I am really tempted to make the top floor like one big flat, but I feel like it'd be way too big. Okay, so that's like our master bedroom, I guess, on this side. I'm going to double check and make sure a bed actually fits in there. And then we've got like this little secondary bedroom here. Then if I split the whole thing like this, can I then, if I go all the way across that, is that in the middle? I always struggle to like work out what is exactly in the middle. See, that is in the middle, but I didn't want it to be 3. I wanted it to be like an additional one. So I think it's going to have to be either 2 and then we make it a bit small. Let's make it 3, because I'm a bit worried that it's going to be too big otherwise, and we'll extend this out an additional one. I'm pretty sure that that's in the middle. There should be some way that shows you exactly whether it's in the middle or not. If I'm going to be duplicating it for the next floor, I'm going to go through, and anywhere where I would put a door, I'm just going to cut it out entirely, because otherwise we're going to end up having problems. It just allows us to completely like, it just lets us use it a little bit easier. Like when we then go to like duplicate it, it's going to let us do it, because obviously like this is now classed as an entire room, and if we did the whole thing, then the whole thing is a room, and then it just lets us copy and paste it. I need to double check how long these stairs are too, otherwise I might struggle with that. So I'm thinking we have 2 entrances, one on either side, so if you come in through the back door or the front door, you're still being able to get into the flat. But basically here is one individual flat, and then obviously we've got another flat on the other side, so I'm just trying to like replicate them. But at the minute this is like one of our little entrance hallways, but this one just leads to the bedrooms, and then we have our main section here. This is going to be a little kitchen, and I might do like a little bit that kind of juts out to give us a little bit more space, and then the bathroom's going to be here. I think I need to work out the space that we have for the living room first though. I'd say if we like half it maybe, so we do like this. That looks pretty good. I think that works. Or we can do it one more in like this. I'm just trying to make it all look so it's kind of like somewhat symmetrical. It needs to look good from the outside, which is why I'm adding these like jutty out parts, because otherwise it would be like really bad. But that's looking okay so far. So now we've got this kind of area here that's got a living room. I wonder whether I could put fireplaces in there, or whether that would be weird in an apartment. You can put like, maybe you could have fireplaces. I guess it depends on what kind of fireplace it is. I think that's about right. We've then got this bathroom that's sort of in the middle of the house, and I'm thinking here could be like a laundry room or something. I think that would kind of work, although you do have to like come in and immediately be hit by this, but we could just put like a little coat rack or something there, so it still kind of works. So now we have our another entrance hallway here, which leads us into our living room, and then we've got a dining room here, and here is the kitchen. So I think it's looking pretty good in terms of sizing. Come into the bathroom on this side. So the last thing that we're going to be doing is basically the doors. We do have all of this space as well, like what this weird middle part. I wonder if I could like cut it in half and then attach it onto here so we have even more space. We could actually have more space in the bathroom, which is kind of what I was hoping for. Let's do a little bit more there and here so that we have a slightly bigger bathroom. We put a bath there or a walk-in shower or something. Then we can have this part as being like a little laundry room, which is there. So that kind of works. It kind of works. Just like near your back door. Okay, it's looking okay so far. Now that we've got this as all one big thing, I mean, I do want to decorate the outside, but I think we're going to have to leave the outside until the end, which kind of sucks. If I did want more of a garden, I might have to move it all back. Okay, then as this is the bottom, I mean, I guess we can decorate some of the outside parts later, just because I do want to put like some platformy things in. I think let's go ahead and onto the inside and actually do some of that, because then we can duplicate all the floors and then just sort the rest out after. My main issue is that it's going to take a while to do all of the decorating with everything and then have to do it all again for the other side, and it's just going to take a while. What would be really cool is like being able to do it where you have like each flat has its own unique look about it, but obviously landlords tend to make flats kind of look the same. But let's start off with just whacking some basic lighting in. Even the lighting, I'm trying to see if I can manage to match it all up so that it looks symmetrical. Okay, so we've popped in all of the different lights, and now I guess we can go ahead and start decorating the different rooms. So obviously the wall colours are going to be kind of annoying. I am thinking about just doing them all in white though, to be honest. There is an alternative where I guess we could do like brick or something, but I really want to go like simplistic with this so that people can then decorate them a little bit more after. It would be nicer if I could get like a rim on the end of it though, just to make it look a little bit more like unique, something like this. Yeah, this one works quite well. I think we'll do this on, I guess, like literally every bit. We'll fix it all up after if there's some changes that I'd like to make, but at the minute I think it's good to just go with this for everything. Okay, pretty sure that that's everywhere now. So now we can go in again and work out the next parts. Obviously the stairs, I guess it's best to just do the stairs once we've got the other floors in so that when we can work it out. We do obviously want, I guess, like the flooring to be a bit different in the actual hallway. I am thinking like just white wood might look quite nice if we did it like this. I mean, maybe the white wood's actually a bit too much. What about like a different coloured wood? Something like this? To be fair, this is quite a nice wood. We'll do it over the whole thing and then I'll just amend it. I don't know if you guys have ever had like a new build like flat or like block of flats, and they are pretty much always the same, and a lot of the time they will have the same flooring like everywhere. I am going to try and like mix it up a little bit though. I do want to put some carpet in like the bedrooms, and I do kind of want like there to be like some tiling maybe in the bathroom or something as well. So I guess like maybe grey. I feel like I always get a bit stuck on like the carpet colour, because I like cream carpet, but I know not a lot of people like cream carpet. It's less modern, I feel, about like this dark colour. It's not really it. Green always looks a little bit funny and blue looks a little bit like not as nice. I might go with grey, and we'll do that in both the bedrooms. I have to like manually press it all as well because of these doors. I should have actually just made the rooms and then deleted the doors before copying and pasting the room, like the whole flat to the next floor. Probably would have made it a little bit easier. Then let's look about maybe putting tiling into our bathrooms. I would like, we do have like these more modern sort of tiles. I think these look quite nice. Maybe in a slightly darker tone though. Or we do have like brown. Actually, that's really nice. Let's go with that one, but I want to rotate it a bit. We could do the same thing in this little room here as well. Okay, now that that part's done, let's go ahead and start decorating. And I'm going to start with the bedrooms, I think. Actually, we need windows because I have no idea where all the windows are in this house. So let's do that first, and then we can go ahead and work out the rest of it. I'm not normally a big fan of putting the bathroom in the middle just because then it has literally no windows. But to be fair, in my old like new build flat that I had, it also didn't have any like windows at all on the bathroom. So I guess it's realistic. I guess we do want to make sure that we're sort of making it look equal, I guess, throughout the whole bottom part. We don't want to put too many too close together. As this is like a new build though, I guess we want to pick way more like new looking windows. These ones are quite nice. Or we go with like these ones. I don't know what color we want to go with though. Maybe not black. What about like this grey color? Okay, I think this one's the best. I'm going to go with this. And then I guess we want it a little bit higher up. Is there a like larger version of this window? Because that would be perfect. Let's have a quick look. So it's from the Get Famous pack, I think. There is. Perfect. Okay, so we have a few different options. I'm going to go with this one, I think. thinking we'll give this room a slightly bigger window. Is that actually the one that's supposed to go with that, or is it this one? I think that one actually looks a little bit better. Let's go with this one instead. Seems to match with that other window that we've... Then on the sides of the house, I want like another one here. And then I do want one in our kitchen as well. I don't know whether I want to go with the bigger one though. Might just go with a little one. We'll do a little one there. Then the exciting part, which is at the front where we've got these big old bits that stick out. So for this, I do want to do the big ones, obviously, again, right at the front. I do want to have a quick look though and see if there's any other windows that we could use instead, because I do kind of like these because they look very modern, but they're really small. But there are quite a few of the like much larger windows that might work a little bit better. Okay, now I think I will go with these same ones just because I do want to put... I was thinking about putting a balcony on this side as well, so it gives us like even more like space to be able to add extra bits. But we do have this middle section, which I might put like these ones that I like in that middle part here, or we can maybe do like one long one instead, or these things, maybe these things actually. How does that look? That looks pretty cool. I like that. Okay, we'll go with that one instead. Although that'll only work for when we start going up because there's actually doors here. But we'll do the door after. We're going to do the door and the step and stuff after anyway, so we'll just do it now as it'll kind of look going up. Although we'll have to work out the balcony and things later. So we can now go onto the inside of our house and actually start working on things. So let's start with our bedroom. So this is obviously our double bedroom. I did want there to be like a little walk-in wardrobe on this side as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and add that in. I might have to change it so that we've got the wooden like flooring on the inside of there because I feel like it's a bit weird having carpet there, although that has now made our windows not look as good because they're like... oh no, wait, the windows are fine, it's on the other side, that's fine. We'll just do a little walk-in wardrobe here for our master bedroom. Then obviously we're going to have a big old bed right here. I guess we want to just go with something like kind of neutral but still like looking really modern. We don't want it to be like too bright though, and weirdly enough like a lot of these are like really heavily white. I just don't think they ever look that great. This one looks quite nice though, I kind of like this one. Yeah, and we'll pop it there, and then let's grab like a little side table to put there. I do just like all of the stuff that comes with the like interior decorating things. I just think that they look so good all the time. I think let's go with maybe this round one. I haven't really used that one a lot. It kind of looks cool though. Although we've got some kind of like strange colours going on in this room now. I feel like the black one looks a little bit better. Although I did want them on both sides, and is it a bit extra to have them on both sides because they're quite big? Maybe let's go with this one instead. I just need to pick the right colour because I don't know whether white actually works. Maybe it does. This actually works kind of well. Kind of takes the colour, like the weird fade away from it. Okay, I'm liking that so far. I think I'm just going to put two little like side lamps on both sides just to make it look like a little bit more simple. And then obviously if it's your flat, then you can decorate it however you want when you then move in. How is this looking? I feel like it looks okay. I don't really know how I still don't know how I feel about the flooring though, not gonna lie. I don't know whether it'd be better just to have it as wood, because the wood's so nice. You know, we'll do it as wood instead. I've lost interest in the weird carpet that we'd ended up picking. I think it just makes it look really dull. But going on to the rest of the room, I want to have a little chair over here as well, just in the corner. Maybe this one's quite good, to be fair. I like this one, but it's very colourful. I think this one kind of like tones it down a little bit more. Then we can go ahead and add in our little walk-in wardrobe, which I think we need a light for that as well. So I'll just stick this one in there. And I'm going to use, I think it's the same ones from the interior designer pack. Same things. It's basically just like coat hook type stuff. These things, yeah, so same thing from the interior designer pack, and I'm going to use the like cream color, I think, because it matches this room quite well. Just going to stick them, and we don't need to stick them right at the top, we'll stick them like there. Then do I want to put clothes in? Because like there's no one living there at the minute, so it'd be a bit weird to have clothes in there. Tell you what, we'll leave clothes out of it just because obviously this is someone moving into this place, so you kind of do want it to not look like there's someone living in there. I think it does need a rug though, and maybe like a little side table thing over there. So obviously something more modern works. I really like this actually. This is like surprisingly nice, but I did want something a little bit bigger, which kind of sucks. Does it come in a bigger size? There is this big wardrobe, but the problem is I don't want a wardrobe. We already have a wardrobe, a walk-in wardrobe. We don't need anything more. I'm gonna just pop that in that corner there, and then maybe we could stick like a little plant there too. Ooh, maybe it'd be a good idea as well to have like a ceiling fan. I feel like those always look really good. Maybe like this plant. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Maybe it would actually be better on the other side though, like over here. Actually, I'm gonna go with a different plant. I'm gonna go with this one because this one looks quite nice as well. It's got less big leaves. Oh, maybe we need a mirror actually. Let's put a mirror here because we've got this like big open space that definitely needs something. And we do have these like quite modern mirrors, which I think look pretty good. Stick a little plant or something on top of this. Yeah, that's quite cute. I like that. Definitely a lot of wall space to fiddle around with. I don't know whether maybe I want to put like a quite simplistic photo on there or something. I'm going to use this one that is like the bog standard one that I think so many people use. And I'm just going to add like plant pictures to both sides. Maybe both sides. How does that look? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we'll add in a little rug as well, because why not? Just make it a little bit cozier. I'm going to use... I normally use either of these two. This one's quite nice as well, though, from the Tiny Living set. Yeah, I think that works. What a cute little room. Okay, cool. So that's our main room. So now I'm going to go over and just copy all of that over onto our other side, where we're doing our secondary room. I'm thinking as well whether I should maybe put some curtains in, just because it's going to be really bright otherwise. And we could do with some little cute, just like some little ones. Maybe like some blinds or something would work quite well. So I think I'm going to go in and do some blinds too. Let's see. It depends on whether we can find little ones. There should be ones that are small enough though, but I just don't like the ones that take up like where you can't even see out the window anymore. But to be fair, that does kind of make more sense in a house like this small. These ones are okay though, if I can get them in a slightly different colour. Yeah, these ones work because they're the same colour as the bed. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit over our massive windows that we've picked there, so they're kind of useless. Unless you... No, we can't make them bigger. They're way too big otherwise. But now we can move on to our little rooms. So now I'm trying to think of whether I want, like, I feel like you wouldn't target it towards a kid's room, but you might change it to be a kid's room if needed. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just make it an adult's room for now, and then we can change it to a kid's room if you move in and you need it to be a kid's room. I have no idea how the mechanics are going to work when it comes to, like, actually making them apartments, because obviously, like, is it going to be where, like, you've got to pay additional amounts for the furniture? Can you bring your own furniture? Can you sell furniture? Like, how does it work? I'm gonna bring a little bit more color into this room by just adding the blue and the like yellow in, and then I'm gonna grab, I really like this wardrobe just because you can see all the like clothes and stuff like sticking out of it. It just looks like much nicer than the other ones. Then I am gonna add another plant in, but I think maybe let's pick a different plant, like a different tall plant. Maybe like this one. This one's quite nice. Can we get it in? Yeah, let's get it in grey. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Then I think let's do a desk as well right at the end, so that we do actually have somewhere where someone can work like while they live in the property. Gonna go with this one. I think this one's quite pretty. Then we could just grab like a basic chair. I would like it to match with what we've already got in the room though, so maybe a yellow one. This is feeling very IKEA at the minute, but I feel like a lot of landlords get most of their stuff from IKEA, to be fair. Then I am just gonna add, maybe we don't actually want a computer there because of the fact that you'd probably bring your own computer, but we can add like a little lamp to it, and maybe like there's a cork board somewhere, isn't there? So let's grab maybe like an empty cork board. Oh, now it's feeling like a student accommodation, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. I kind of like that. It's cute. Very simplistic room. Pretty, like, I think that's kind of what you want there. You want it to be more plain so that it suits everybody's taste. The only issue is that I can't find a curtain that fits this really big like window that we've just added in. I mean, these work. How does that look? Actually, that doesn't look too bad if I move the bed out a bit. That's okay. That actually makes it a little bit cozier in the room as well. Okay, I think that's that room done then. I think that's looking all right. Then let's move over to our little bathroom that we've got here. So obviously, big question is like, can I fit a like shower and a bath in there? I think I can. We could also just go with like a bath and shower combo, which might actually be a better idea. A lot of flats have those. Why are they? These ones are such garish colors, but I really wanted to go with like this specific bath shower combo. We could go with this one, but I feel like it just looks a bit like not as good. Actually, this one's okay because it's got a little bit more color to it, and I think it matches the room a bit better. Then that gives us like loads of space for the rest of the stuff. So I think I'm gonna put the toilet on this side, and we can put like a really long like cabinets for our sink on the other side. I'm thinking maybe put like a little storage thing here as well, because it's quite a big bathroom. I don't think I've had a bathroom this large before. Oh, we need to move everything over into the other like flat as well. It's gonna take me a while because I've got to literally copy it all over and just make duplicates of everything. So we do have a few that might work. We've got something like this, but the problem is they never look that modern. Is this one better? This one's actually a little bit better. Let's go with this one. I think this is quite nice. Yeah, that's quite pretty. And then we can go ahead and then add in our very long cabinet where we're gonna have like all of our sinks and stuff. So it's 3 wide, right? So we could do either one in the middle and then some surface on the side, or we can do 2. I think we probably only need 1. So if we add in our 3 little cabinets there. I'm going to go with those ones because I just think they look pretty nice. We could get them in a slightly different color, maybe the darker color actually. It matches the floor really well. Then obviously we need a very large mirror that goes all the way across. I really like this one because I just think this is like the epitome of like fancy with the little lights that it's got on the side as well. And then I think on either side here, I'm just going to put some hand towels. Go with, oh, we could just do it on one side maybe. Yeah, we'll just do it on that side. Then we could put some clutter again, but I'm kind of thinking again, you might want to keep it for when you actually move it in. So I'm just going to put a cute little plant on that side. And then I am tempted by a bath mat. I think I'm just going to add like a quite basic one in though. Maybe just that. Is it a little bit too, I think it might be a bit too patterned. We wanted to keep it like simple looking. I think this little grey one looks fine. Yeah, I quite like that. Cool. So there's our bathroom done. I do want to do this little room over here, which is basically just a tiny laundry room. And the idea here is that we're going to do it like quite small. And then we're going to have a washer dryer as well. I'm going to go with the brown ones just so that it matches. There we go. I think that's enough for that room. I'm not really doing a massive amount in there. I just want it enough so that it's definitely got it in there. Obviously, you could remove those things. And then if you didn't have the like laundry pack, you could then add in like a couple of other little bits that you might prefer. You could just have it as like a really tiny office or something like that as well. So now that we've done our little laundry room, bathroom, and both of our bedrooms, we can move on to our kitchen. Now, I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. I'm thinking doing an L shape and then maybe even a bar, but like a breakfast bar, but I'm not too sure whether that's actually going to work because obviously we do have our dining space here as well. So maybe we could do a breakfast bar plus a dining space. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do a U shape or an L shape with a bar though. So maybe let's try both and see how it goes. Start with our fridge, which I guess we're going to pick just quite a modern fridge, just a nice white one maybe, or we could go with silvers. The silvers kind of work as well. Personally, this is one of my favorites. I just really like it, but it definitely doesn't look modern enough, I don't think, for this build. Gonna go with this one. I think we're gonna bring in a bit more of like these warmer tones just to brighten up the room a little bit as well. So if we did section it off, I'm trying to work out like how much space we'd actually have. We can probably extend it another one, yeah, and still fit a dining table there. We'll have to have a look and see whether we can still fit that. I feel like it's always a good idea to have a window right next to an oven, so I'm definitely going to do that. Then let's see what it would look like size-wise if we then put a little breakfast bar there. So what I was thinking was basically just having it, I don't even know, like here, just in the middle of the room, and then we could have our dining table here. I actually don't think it looks too bad. I am wondering whether maybe it's a little bit too like wide because it doesn't match up. So if I got rid of that and then put this here, how does that look? Then it's too small. Maybe I just need to move it because it would have to be moved back is the problem, and then we're running out of space. And maybe it works, maybe it's okay. Yeah, I feel like it looks fine. Then for appliances in apartments, it's always nice to have a cute little like dishwasher, so I'm gonna add that in too, trying to work out where I want that to make it look good still. I think that's fine. I feel like they also do tend to come with microwaves, so we could include a microwave, but the problem is they all look kind of ugly. We'll go with this one. I feel like this one looks the least weird. Then I'm actually gonna put my sink in this little like breakfast bar bit just because I think it'll look like a little bit more unique. Pop in our little smoke detector. I might actually put it on, I'm trying to decide where I want, like if I want some cabinets or something. I think I kind of want cabinets up on this top section here. I think that's looking okay so far though. We've got our oven and our hob, we've got a little dishwasher, we've got our sink, we've got our little fridge. I think we're doing okay. Let's go ahead and have a look at what the like cabinets above will look like. I'm worried that I might have to make them like a slightly different size. Alternatively, we could actually go with just these, which look really cool because I feel like that might end up looking a little bit better. But yeah, I feel like that's looking kind of cool. It's a little bit odd, to be honest, just because of it just stopping immediately as soon as it reaches there. So maybe let's have a look at a different option. I'm tempted by just doing this and then having like some smaller ones above. Yeah, actually that looks really good. That looks much better. I like that more. Although we could do with having an exhaust. Yeah, that looks better. Now that we've got the exhaust in there, makes more sense. And why again do I feel like the urge to have another cork board but only over here? That actually I think looks really cool. I like that. We can just have the smoke detector above it. Then I'm just going to stick a little plant in the corner over there. Then I am also tempted just to put a little one here somewhere. I don't know where. How does that look? Nah, it looks a little bit odd. We'll leave the plant. Then we can move around here to our big old dining area. So now this bit is a bit confusing because this is where the balcony is going to be, and obviously you don't have a balcony if you're on the bottom floor, so that's kind of annoying, but I think we're going to have to like amend it a little bit once we work out what's going on. But I guess on the bottom floor then you just have like a quite large window as opposed to having like a really big like glass instead of doors, you would just have big window instead. Something like this, because that's basically what the door's going to look like. So yeah, that looks pretty good, and it matches kind of with what we've already got. Then let's go ahead and grab our dining table. Kind of tempted by this one just because it does look quite modern, and I'm normally a bit picky when it actually comes to the tables in here. They don't normally have some good ones, but I think this one works with our kitchen that we've picked here. And then I'm absolutely obsessed with all the chairs that you get with this one. I could pick pink just because it does match with what we've already got, or I can pick the brown, which again, it still kind of matches. Let's see if there's anything else from different sets though. These are quite good. These match the table a little bit better and they're a bit darker as well. Let's go with these ones. This is like weirdly starting to look a little bit like a show home. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like, share and subscribe. And to make it look even more like a show home, I'm going to put some fruit on the table. And then I think we need something over here, just like I said a little plant, but that's a huge plant, just in that corner. And then maybe a different light. I'm going to move the light over here for the kitchen, and we can pick a different light for over the table. These are quite cool. Maybe these ones? They match with the light kitchen that we've picked, the colours. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. We do need a bin. I didn't really think about that. We could just put a bin over here. I'll just stick a little one. Oh, no, we kind of need a big one. We'll go with this one, or we could go with the more modern looking one, which is this. That looks better. Okay, cool. So there's our little dining slash like kitchen area. Then we can, well, I guess maybe we could have like a little picture actually in that corner, but then we can move on to our little living space, which I'm excited about just because I think we can do some cute things with it, and I really want to include a fireplace as well. I'm tempted to put this cupcake art, but I don't know if it actually goes with the vibe that we've got. I could just do another plant picture. I feel like the plant picture is a good neutral ground. Okay, something else I completely forgot to do is add in our little chairs at our breakfast bar, which obviously we need like some cute little ones to match with the rest of our furniture. I am just thinking about going with like these ones just because they do look quite nice, but they don't go with the chairs that we'd already picked. So maybe there's some better ones. These are a little bit too pink, I think. Ooh, I do like these ones though. Do they go? Not particularly. It's a shame because I think it's just the legs being too dark. Although these ones actually look a little bit better because they kind of blend in. Okay, yeah. I like that. Those look really cool. Those are like really unique looking. And then we can move over to our next part, which is our living slash sort of entrance way. So I do want there to be a fireplace like here. I'm trying to work out how I can put in a fireplace and a TV though. Another option is I could put the TV on this back wall here, but is that quite far away from where the actual sofa is, which is over here? Alternatively, we put the fireplace here, which actually I think that would work way better. And then we could put the TV here, a sofa here, and then here. So it kind of splits the room up a bit more. It's going to be quite a modern like fireplace anyway, just to match in with our obviously quite modern theme that we're going with at the minute. So maybe something like this. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Maybe a cream one actually. There's a cream one too. Nah, I think the cream one looks a bit odd. So we can either go with that or we can go with the one from the apartments pack, which is this one. How do I feel about that one? I don't know actually. Can you get it in white? Maybe it's too dark. Okay, yeah, you can get it in white. I don't think it's that bad, but I kind of do like the other one, and the other one is a bit more of a statement. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. That looks much nicer. And then directly above it, what do I want to have? Maybe like a mirror. I think a mirror would look good if I can find one that kind of matches with what we're doing. I don't know if there's any that would actually work. Problem is it's quite big, so anything that I put there doesn't really fit. Let's have a look at pictures. Maybe a picture would be better. Okay, yeah, I feel like a picture works better. And we can get this one, which is a quite big piece too. I think black's probably the way to go. And then I just want to stick like one little plant on the end here. I feel like we've used this plant a lot in this house, but it's fine. It still looks good. Then we have our little entranceway over here. So we're going to put a TV in here. Kind of useless to see it from this sofa, but we're going to have another sofa coming around anyway. I am tempted to actually have like the sofas that go full circle, just because I think that would look kind of cool. But we'll have a fiddle around with that once we've put our TV in. Thinking about going with this to put the TV on, and that's not that nice. We can find better. This one's quite nice. I like this one. It matches with the colours of what we've already got. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for our TV. So if we go ahead and whack in maybe another plant. I'm just kind of putting a lot of plants there just because I think that it is making the room look pretty nice. And obviously it's sort of show homey, but I feel like it's also a little bit like you just kind of want it to be like a nice house that your sim can move straight into and it's ready to be lived in. So for this bit here, I'm contemplating doing an L sofa, but I don't know if that's actually going to look good. Let's just whack it down and see how it looks. I don't think I would do it all the way around. Like, I think I'm going to leave that section where you could then just put in like a little side table or something. But let's see how this looks. I basically had the idea of just keeping it going a little bit. We could actually do like a long chair or something at the end as well. Don't know how far round I want it to go though, because that's quite a bit. So maybe only a little bit round. Then you don't really see the TV that much, so maybe I should bring the TV forward. I feel like that's a little bit better. You could definitely see the TV from most angles there. Then I kind of had the idea that you could put like this or something at the bottom just to stretch it out. I know it's this one, but this one at the bottom, like this. How does that look? I mean, it looks okay. It's a little bit odd, so maybe I will go with sofas instead, because we can still add some quite large sofas in here, so I think it should still look pretty good. Ooh, I really like these sofas. I haven't really seen these a lot, and they look like really cool. They're like surprisingly modern, even though I think it's from like the I can't even remember the pack, but like it's one where like they tend to do up a lot of things, and I'm like, is it clearly meant to be like refurbished? But I just think it looks really nice. I think I'm gonna go with that one. I do think that one looks good, and then I've got to pick what kind of color I want, because we can get it in this nice like green color as well, which kind of matches the gray that we've picked over there. And then we'd need like a second one over here as well. How does that look? That looks pretty good actually. Definitely needs like a couple more bits. Maybe like I'm trying to contemplate whether I want like a table in the middle of the room. I don't normally have enough space for a table in the middle of the room, so it's nice to actually have some space for it. Although all these ones that it's giving me are not really the right size. This one's nice though. Yeah, I feel like that one looks pretty good. Definitely needs a rug underneath. Stick a cute little plant on top. I think it needs like a really big rug, you know, maybe like something like this. Matches that same pack that we just picked, but I don't know. I mean, to be fair, it looks quite modern, so maybe it'll work. I mean, it's definitely a slightly different vibe than what we've gone with in the rest of the house. I don't know whether maybe it's the colours. Maybe I should go with like something more like this, or we do have these darker ones. Actually, the darker ones are better. I'm going to go with the darker ones. And then this rug is nice. Let's see what kind of colours it comes in. Maybe this one? Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that looks cool. And then we definitely need some like small like corner tables or something, just one, maybe both sides of this. We do have these which are like lower tables, and I think these are like really nice, so I'm going to go with two of those, I think. Or maybe let's not put one in that corner, let's put a big old light there instead. I really like this one. Yeah, that looks good. I'm actually thinking that maybe let's put these here instead, just because they look a little bit nicer just having two there. See, now I'm contemplating whether this might actually be better on this wall, and we can actually put this over here, because then you can definitely see like a lot more. Okay, yeah, that's the maybe actually no, I like it the other way around. We'll switch it back around. So now that we've done all of those little bits, obviously this is our front door over here, so I'm thinking we maybe add in a couple of bits to like sort of represent that a little bit better, like a little like mat or something as well, just like in front of this door here. Choose like a bit of a nicer one. I really like this one. If we make it a bit smaller, we can pop it there, and then we could have like a tiny coat rack or something there. I don't know if we can get one that's small enough, but let's see if we can. So we can get this thing, which looks kind of cool. I think we could do that, and then maybe put a little shoe rack there as well. So we do have this thing, which is quite modern. There you go. I think that looks pretty good then. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's kind of done then. So we do have to finish replicating them all on the other side, and then we've got to work out how we're going to like extend it all out and just make it into a whole flat instead of what we have at the minute, which is basically just one floor. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can go ahead and see about duplicating it all so that we've got many layers. So as you can see, because I left all the gaps, we can just copy the entire thing, which is perfect, and then we can just go straight up to the next level. And then I think the plan is I'm going to do not 6 levels, but like 6 individual flats. See, well, that's 6, but now I'm kind of tempted to add in an additional one just to make it like 8 as well. We'll do 8, it'll be fine. Something that I completely forgot to do though was actually balconies, which I think might be easier if I do that now before I move on and actually start copying all of the other bits. So let's do that first. So obviously we do have balconies here and here, so let's go ahead and add those in. And I think I'm just going to make them small. We're just going to have like little 1 square balconies. Now I think we're going to go quite modern again, and obviously just do like sort of glass ones. I think this is probably the best shot. Then I did want to do something with this part here, but I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I had like an idea for it if I can get it to work. So it's basically grab these bits. It's going through the wall at the minute. I'm hoping that it goes away once we actually like sort out the rest of it. Then if I grab this, I wanted this to be on the end, and then we can just delete the wall, and I think that should look kind of cool. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. It looks really cool. So let's go with that. Then I guess we can continue and lift up all of our floors again, which I did just notice that we for some reason have our little curtains literally going into the floor underneath, which is really annoying. So I'm going to have to basically take this and just drag it a little bit down, which means that all of our windows might be a little bit different, but it should be okay. So let's go ahead and do that so that it doesn't mess around with anything too much. And then we can go up and duplicate all our floors again. Okay, so now that we've gone ahead and got all of our floors, we can go through and manually put in all of our different doors. I think I'm just going to go with a kind of bog standard or like cream door, either white or cream. Obviously, we do need a different front door as well. Okay, so now I've gone through and basically just added in all of our doors, and I've amended all of our walls and everything for each of the floors. So all of the floors have the same walls, same doors, whatever. And we have a little open archway for our walk-in wardrobe. We've gone with brown doors for the bedrooms and then white doors for the bathrooms and utility. For the front door, we've gone with this cute little wooden door, and then for our back door, we've gone with like this little grey door here. So now we need to work out doing these stairs, which I am a little worried about, but we'll see if we can make it fit. I might have to push these doors off to the side, or we'll have them just going through the middle and there's this weird corridor, but I guess we'll see how that goes. Just got to find a sort of modern looking staircase. Thinking like this one will probably go. Okay, so yeah, it is either going to be a situation of having a weird sort of gap, which I think we're going to have the gap, otherwise we can't really do a lot about it. So I think let's go with the weird gap just to make things a little bit easier, and then I just want one either side like this. I am wondering though, to make it a little bit less weird, we could actually do stairs that don't have like any bottom part to them, like this. How does that look? I mean, I think it'll look a little bit better, and then we'll literally just do the same thing on the other side, trying to decide on whether it'd be a good idea to have like rails or not, or whether it would just be fine to just leave it as is. The only issue is now, I know you don't need one on both sides. I'm being silly. You don't have one on both sides because obviously you're gonna like upstairs is one goes up and one goes down. So I don't know why I'm doing two that lead to the same place. So on the ground floor, I guess I'll do it like here. And then we can do, if we go up one, just do it the opposite way on this side. Okay, it looks a lot less weird now. And then we keep going all the way up. I actually don't know whether I'm happy with the color of this. I might have to amend it, but we'll see once we get to the top. Wait, actually, is this the top? Okay, we don't actually need another one. Let's see about maybe amending it to a slightly different color. Don't know whether maybe like this brown might be a bit better. Oh yeah, that's much better. Let's do that instead. And I definitely think it does need like a railing on it. But I think it can just be like a simple railing, or we could go with glass, but the glass looks a bit weird with this wooden railing that we've put in. This one actually looks quite good. It matches with what we already kind of have going on. Makes it look a little bit more modern. Oh, I missed a whole floor of stairs. I need to go back and do more floors. But now the annoying thing is that I wanted it this way specifically on the ground floor, so I kind of messed that up. Maybe it's fine. So is this right? Yeah, that looks right. Cool. And then I think we need to just go in with some additional railings just around some of these bits just to fill them in, just like this, so it doesn't look super strange. There we go. And then obviously we need our final little touches. So we need our back door, which I did want to include over there. And then obviously we're going to need a front door as well. And then we can get to work on actually decorating the rest of the house. And we do need to add in our little doors to our balconies as well, which I haven't added in either. But let's start with our front door. Obviously we want something that looks pretty good. Maybe even just something like this. I mean, I would rather something a bit bigger, maybe. Could be something very large like this. That doesn't even look that big. This actually, yeah, this works perfect. Let's go with this one. And then I wanted something just a bit more simple like this for the back door. Can we get this one in black? We can. Okay, cool. So then there's our little back door there, just as another way of getting into the actual block. I'm tempted to replace these windows just with a slightly different window, just like a little one, just because it looks a little bit odd. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. We also need to work out this rooftop, which is massive. I think something more simple would probably be a bit better. So if we just go with something like this and we can add bits onto that front part there. Yeah, I feel like that looks all right. And then we could just literally go with something like this for the little front parts. Or we could try do something a little bit more modern and actually just do a half wall on those little bits and then just make them really dark. I think that might actually look better. Then obviously we do want something dark for the top, but I'm looking at them and a lot of them don't really go that well. I think this one probably looks the most realistic. And then we do actually have like fireplaces, so we could have chimneys as well. But I'm thinking you do one of those things where you got like many chimneys kind of coming out of the same like actual chimney itself. That makes sense. I might do like a couple just coming out of here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So they all kind of just like funnel out of the same one. Okay, It's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and add in all of our colour, because I think that's kind of what it needs as well. At the minute, it's looking pretty bad. So I am thinking brick for pretty much the entire thing. I was thinking white brick as well, just to bring in that more new look about it. I think quite a lot of new builds have white brick. Or we could go with, I don't know, maybe actually this one. Let's mix it up a little bit. We'll go with this. I think that this is actually the colour of my current apartment. Okay, so the whole thing is brick now, and then I do want to make these end bits a different colour. I was thinking doing them in wood might look quite nice. Something like a darker wood as well, maybe like dark grey. I think this one's probably the one to go for. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Just a couple more bits. Then we need to work out what we're going to do on the ground floor as well. Then obviously we need this to be like a bunch of steps. I think I'm just going to we'll do it as one. Kind of tempted to keep this top part though, because it kind of looks cool. If I can do it as like black. I did accidentally just delete the door though. Yeah, I kind of like that with that little black bit there. Then obviously we need our steps. So I think I'm just going to go with plain white steps. Feel like that's probably the best way, or we can go with these ones which just have like a little bit of grey on them. We still need to decide what we're going to do for our foundation too, and I do want to do a little bit of a front garden as well. I am just thinking something a bit more simplistic for our base, but I'm not really that sure which one I'm going to go with. To be fair though, just grey actually looks alright, kind of goes with the rest of the house quite well. We need to do a little back entrance as well. Now I'm actually looking at the stairs and I'm thinking they might need to be darker, but I actually don't think they look too bad. Then we'll just go with these tiny little steps out the front, at the back. Perfect. And then obviously we still need all of our doors as well to our balconies, so I'm kind of tempted to go with the other one of the one we did in the back, which is just this one, just because it's quite simple and I think it's kind of pretty. My only concern is that we have put a dining table directly where those are, but I'm sure it's looking pretty good so far. We can't move it back any further though, so we do not have a lot of space to actually decorate out the front, which is a little bit annoying. But this is a huge building. I don't think I've ever made anything like to this extent in The Sims before, really. I tend to do things much smaller, you know, bar the 100 rooms that I made just for that one challenge. I'm going to add some little lights out the front as well. I am tempted to make this front door section just a slightly different colour, just to make it stand out a bit as well. I might just like make it white or something. Do white brick. Yeah, that works better. I like that more. Okay, then we need to do our tiny front garden and then we'll be finished. I think I'm just going to go with something really simple, just a couple of like light shapes, and then I think I'll leave it there. So I'm thinking we could do like some little fences, and then we could put like a couple of little bushes and things. I don't want to overfill it, so I think I'm going to use some of the like squares of foliage just to make it like feel a bit bulked out, these things. So I'm just going to add these basically across the entire thing, and then we can go in and add like a couple of extra bits. So now that we've filled all that in, I'm just going to go ahead and add like, I don't even know, like a couple of plants. I kind of wanted to add a tree here, but I'm going to have to make it like really small, and it does look a little bit odd. Are there any other trees? We could do these, but again, I just feel like they're a bit too big. These aren't too bad. Let's maybe add these. I just wanted to add like little ones to the side part here. Then just a few other random assortments of plants. There we go. Now we just need a little walkway up to our actual apartment building. I want to try and see if I can somewhat match the floor that's over here. I think it's somewhere in here. I don't really know which one it is. Is it this one? There is definitely one that looks really similar. It's not that one. That one's way too bright. This one's not far off. I think it's close enough that I feel okay using it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Then we can go ahead and do, I don't know whether I want to do one on the back is the thing, just along here, because we could run it the entire way around it, but I feel like that might be a bit weird. What I might do instead is actually just do a little path leading up to it. That might work better. Could even do like a dirt path where you're like physically, it's just people walking past it, but I'm not sure which will work better. This might be better. Could do this all the way around it actually. Yeah, I feel like that'll look pretty good going all the way around. We'll just pop it out this end. Hey, cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much done then. There isn't really a massive amount else that we can do. And there is our apartment block. I'm really happy with how this came out. I think that the modern look in each of the rooms looks really nice, and I think that I would absolutely love to live here. I think that the outside looks actually really realistic to a lot of the apartment blocks that we have here around in the UK. I do wonder, because obviously a lot of apartment blocks are going to look different in different countries, so maybe I should go around and do different ones for different countries. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also let me know if you'd like me to do a more rustic apartment block, where we maybe have some cracks on the walls and that they're a little bit more used or maybe lived in. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post long content like this every Wednesday and Friday at around 6 PM, and I also post shorts the rest of the week. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a great evening.